Why, hello and welcome, Poison Tea Party guests. Guess who's back again to bring you more spine-tingling tales of the unknown? That's right, we're your hosts, Janet, Trass, and Kaylee, coming at you from the deck of the Flying Dutchman sailing across the high seas. Let's get down to business. We have an interesting show for you tonight, but before we get started, we gotta do some podcast chores, guys. We gotta make a couple announcements.
Okay.
Both of which I think you'll find absolutely delightful.
All right, well, let's hear it.
Okay, first, we wanted to let you guys all know we have the very best fans in the entire podcast universe.
Yes,
And
we do.
We do. And you guys have been asking us how you can help support the show. So we are finally ready to announce that we have launched our Patreon page. Woo-woo! And for those of you who don't know what Patreon is, let me explain.
Yeah.
Patreon is a way that our fans can show some love to the Poison Tea Party. You visit the Patreon page and choose which membership works best for you. That's the way that you can directly help improve the show by helping us keep the lights on and the poison flowing while earning some pretty sweet perks along the way.
Yes.
You can earn... You can earn access to exclusive Poison Tea Party merch. That's right. We have stickers, t-shirts, and even a coffee mug available on one of the tiers. We'll be adding some more of the perks in the coming months, and hopefully along the lines of some bonus episodes in the future that will only be available on Patreon for members.
Fuck yeah.
Yep. Period.
Yeah. We also have a shout out perk for our highest tier members. So we would like to thank Carrie Batesall for being our very first Patreon member and earning our very first shout out perk ever.
Thanks, Grandma.
Thanks, Grandma.
She's our mom. She's our grandma. She's one of our biggest supporters in life and in the podcast world. So thank you, Mommy. We love you. You can earn a shout out and lots of other perks as well. You can go to patreon.com/thepoisonteaparty to become a member and support the show. We sincerely thank you from the bottom of our cold black hearts.
From the very depths.
From the depths of them, which is pretty deep.
It's pretty deep.
It's pretty deep.
I've never
Pretty
been there,
black down
but,
there.
I've never been there either.
but I'm told that it's pretty deep.
I've never been there.
I don't want to
go there.
I don't want to go.
I don't want to go.
And our second announcement. Are you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you're ready for this. Are we ready for this? Maybe not, but it's happening anyway. We know waiting 2 weeks for new episodes of the Poison Tea Party damn near kills you, and we're sorry to torture you like that. But listen closely, Poison Tea Party Society, because we have a surprise for you. Spooky season is upon us, and this is our time to shine.
Fuck yeah, it is. That's what we're all about.
Yeah.
So we want to announce starting Thursday, September 26th, we will be releasing brand new episodes weekly.
That's one a week, bitches.
One a week.
Every week through Halloween. That's right. For 6 straight weeks, we're going to be setting you up with a mega dose of the Poison Tea Party podcast. And that's not all. Since these are Halloween episodes, we're bringing our A game, so prepare to be terrified.
Get ready.
Get ready.
That was like
Bitches.
really scary.
Strap in.
Strap in.
Strap on.
Oh.
Wow. I was going to go there, but I decided to refrain.
Tross was like,
do it.
no, edit. Kaylee was like, say it.
Say it.
Say
One
it.
of us.
Like,
Jesus. She's got troubles. We haven't even started yet.
No.
this is going to be interesting.
This is going to be a great show.
So tell your friends, tell your family, tell your weird, freaky neighbor to check us out at thepoisonteaparty.com because it's about to go down.
It's about to go down.
Oh. Kaylee's pop locking and dropping it over
Pop,
here.
lock, and drop it. Pop, lock, and drop it. Okay.
Oh, Janet
Oh,
is too. I
she
wasn't
is
even paying
getting into
attention.
I
Damn.
was just dancing. I'm not about to fucking
You want to
do all
beatbox?
Okay, that's enough of all that. Let's get into something crazy.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm scared.
Tonight, let's talk about the drink we're drinking. It's just something that just a little something.
Just a little something.
We're
she
calling
mixed up.
it the Lady of the Lake.
Yes.
It goes along with our episode tonight.
And it's really good.
It's really good.
It's really fucking good. And I don't drink drinks.
And you don't usually like sweet things.
No.
And it's
No.
really good.
And I took a drink and I was expecting me to be like, absolutely not. I made her only pour me like a quarter of a cup. And it's actually really fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm a
it
beer
is.
lady myself.
There's a lot of things in it, but the main, the alcohol in it's Blue UV, and I'll post that on Facebook and the Instagram and all the fun things so y'all can see and make it yourself and drink along with us.
Yeah.
Super fun.
Super delish.
It tastes like a fucking, like the blue part of a bomb pop.
Yeah.
That's what it,
It
tastes
does.
like.
I think, am I getting that? What do I get?
Or maybe not even, maybe the white part of the bomb pop. It tastes like a bomb pop.
It's the white part.
the
It's
white,
the white
yeah.
one. Yeah, you're right.
Is that the
the
bottom
hell
of the
is-
No,
bomb
it's
pop?
the middle or the top? Because the bottom is red and then blue and then white, I think.
I thought blue was at the top because it's the least. And I
Let's
was always
fucking,
like,
you know what? We have Google right at our
let's
fingertips.
Google what order is a bomb pup? It's blue
Blue,
at the top.
white, red.
Why do I think white's at the bottom?
Red has the most.
It's in the middle. We were all wrong.
Oh, we were all wrong.
It's red, white, then blue. Because obviously red, white, and blue is the fucking...
Listen, we haven't lived here long.
No.
Why did I always think red was at the bottom?
I did too,
I
but
thought
obviously.
I thought white was at the bottom, so I feel like that's stupid.
it would make sense,
Okay.
though. Red, white, and blue. Hello. Don't mind us. It's our first day. We just got here. I was just born.
I was just born.
Just born.
So not only are we drinking this fucking awesome drink called Lady of the Lake, we are also drinking 40s that Trust brought for funsies.
Sometimes you just need a 40, right?
All the time. Really agree with
40.
that.
Yeah. And you can't find them, but the gas station by my house has them.
Always it does.
That's because it's one of those rundown ass
It's fucking
ghetto
ghetto.
fucking gas
It's so
stations.
ghetto.
All the gas stations that are like that have 40s. That's why you're like driving along and you're like, oh no, honey, we're in the good part of town. You got to go over there so that
For
we
real.
can get a 40.
My gas station doesn't even have like a scanner. They still price everything with
Oh
the
yeah,
fucking
the little
Yeah.
orange
sticker.
stickers.
They don't
Yeah.
even have a fucking scanner.
Yeah, they
in there.
do.
So that's how awesome my gas station is.
Well, it's right.
We
It's like
appreciate it.
literally feet from your house, so it's fine.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I stumble over there a lot.
As do I. I've been known to stumble there as well.
Same in recent years. I've been able to go down there
In recent
stumbling.
years.
In recent
Recent
years.
times.
Good job, Cowie. All right. A curse is defined as an expressed wish that some form of adversity or misfortune will befall or attach to one or more persons, a place, or an object. In particular, curse may refer to such a wish made effective by a supernatural or spiritual power, such as a god or gods, a spirit, or a natural force, or as a kind of spell by magic or witchcraft. There are places in this world where so much tragedy has occurred, it's difficult to make sense of. As humans, we look for the reasons why awful things happen, and when we can't easily explain them, we're drawn to supernatural justifications and create our own legends. Tonight, I'm going to tell you about a place that you may not have heard of. A place many claim to be evil and even cursed. A place credited with claiming the lives of so many victims throughout its history, many are fearful to even step foot near it. Tonight, I'm going to tell you about a lake nestled in the heart of the Deep South. This is the haunted story of Lake Lanier.
Why do you always do that?
What?
Why you always do that to me?
I'm setting you
Right?
up so you know what I'm going to do.
Oh, okay.
Scare you.
I
Yeah.
feel like I'm having Skidmore flashbacks.
It's
yeah,
pretty.
right?
It's a lot.
Listen, you
I have a style.
Yeah, you do. But I had Skidmore flashbacks, and I was like, if this bitch...
Yeah, but this is ghosty.
Okay, because we're supposed to have fun, because Kaylee's fucking episode was...
Well, this is very murdery
It
as
wasn't
well.
fun.
I mean, a lot of people are going to die. But more I wanted you to get, like, ghosty vibes.
Okay, I'm
I
here
hope.
for it.
I'll fuck
Also,
with curse shit.
I'm cursed, so, you know.
Also, so am I.
Yeah,
so
same.
it's fine.
Super fun.
I feel like our mom did it to me.
She's,
Mama, that was
yeah.
so fucking rude of
It
you that
was.
you did that.
We all know you did.
Ugh.
What a hooer.
It must
those
just be
fucking
like one of those
potions.
family generational curses or something.
Yeah, Mom.
Yeah, that the second child gets. Because
Yeah.
mom's the second child and so are you.
Yeah, and we're the
Yeah.
middle children.
Or you just have middle children syndrome.
That could be, but we're gonna call it a curse.
And
Children.
Me and Kaylee are the oldest.
of the second born.
Me and Kaylee are the oldest, so we don't understand that.
Oh,
We're gifted children, but not Trass.
I'm probably the one cursing.
Sorry.
not me.
Rude.
It's fine. You know what? I got over it like 15 years ago. It's okay. Hold
No,
on,
you didn't. You just brought it up just now. You remembered it still. You're not over it.
You're right.
We're not over it.
I'm never gonna be over it.
Never over it. Located 30 miles north of Atlanta, Georgia, Lake Lanier encompasses an area of 38,000 acres and has a shoreline that covers 692 miles and is 156 deep at the deepest point. Unlike many of America's scenic lakes across the country, Lake Lanier is a man-made lake. In the 1940s, the area where Lake Lanier is today was home to rural, I hate that word,
Me too.
county land and small flourishing towns. This land was occupied by hundreds of farming families, most of whom were black. In the late 1940s, the city of Atlanta was booming and needed a source of power and water to help support its rapidly growing population. So the government stepped in and decided that they would need to find an area in close proximity to Atlanta with a natural water source.
Okay, well, fuck the government first of all,
Fuck
because
the government.
Fuck the government.
the government decided to step in. Nothing good ever comes from that.
Well, they're trying to support the city of Atlanta.
Okay.
So they need to find a place where they can make a lake.
Okay.
So they're looking, and they found a place.
Why is there always weird shit in Georgia?
The devil went down to Georgia. He
Facts.
was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind. He was way behind. He was willing to make a deal. Sorry. Where's my fiddle?
I'll do it for you guys. No, but like, you know the joke about the Florida man?
Yeah.
You guys ever looked up your birthday and then put the Florida man?
Yes, I did at
I
one
think
point.
mine was like
mine
shitting on a light pole or something, but
That seems accurate.
yeah, right?
Leave it in.
But
Leave
like,
it in.
why is it there the Georgia man? Let's be so for real.
I mean, there should be.
That state is like wild.
All right. So they settled on the nearly 500-mile-wide landscape using the Chattahoochee and the Chestatee rivers as their main water source, and they would build a dam that would flood the land to form Lake Lanier. Seems simple enough.
Seems that way.
Seems
I'm
that
off.
way.
I'm awfully suspicious.
Same.
Are you skeptical?
I'm very. I'm definitely a skeptic.
Do you
at
think
this
this
point.
seems kind of off?
I
Yeah.
feel like something is trying to be covered up.
Well,
It's
a
a
plan
little
was set.
strange.
The next obstacle was for the government to purchase all the land from the families who resided there. The government wasn't exactly generous in offering fair prices for the land and took advantage of the people in the area being poorly educated on the subjects of real estate.
Of course they did.
Of course, because
Assholes.
This is America.
Right.
and they're poor Southern folks.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. But the government ran into a much bigger problem that they did not anticipate. Some of the families had lived in the area for generations and were extremely reluctant to just pick up and relocate elsewhere.
Right.
Good.
Makes sense to me.
Make them give you more fucking cash.
Exactly.
The way they saw it, the land was priceless, and no amount of money would ever be enough to replace the memories that they made on the family farm. 7 years into the project, though, the government had bought out hundreds of families from their homes, totaling over 56,000 acres of farmland.
My God.
Jesus.
Then, in 1954, the government finished the Buford Dam and flooded the land, sending entire towns, homes, churches, cemeteries, and roadways to a watery grave.
Wow, it looks like they were trying to make something
Yeah.
disappear.
Well, maybe.
Fucking dicks. Sorry.
They removed some of the wooden structures before they flooded it to make the lake safer for future boating and swimming in that area, but not all.
That's interesting.
At first, the government was very hush about what exactly went on in the formation of Lake Lanier, but after the lake rose in popularity as a fun summer recreation spot, people began to notice the corners that were cut when the lake was formed. The government was forced to send in the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to remove some of the graves to be relocated to
What the fuck?
They did not remove
Of
them.
course they didn't, because
before
they're
they
fucking
flooded it.
stupid.
Oh my
Seriously.
God.
And this is 1954.
This
so-
isn't that long ago.
But the technology that they had for
Right.
diving compared to what they have now,
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think that
They
a
probably
lot of
had
those
those,
graves were
you know, those-
removed correctly.
No.
Those big metal helmets,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
fucking
Ear on the front. Like a classic diver.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. What?
So,
this is like Indian burial ground
Yeah,
shit.
that's what I was just thinking.
Okay, I'm here for it.
So the government was forced to send in the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to remove some of the graves to be relocated to a more safe, more accessible place. But the human remains that paired with the hundreds of gravestones removed still remain buried deep under the lake bed of Lake Lanier to this day.
So to this day, they still are there.
The remains are there. The graves are not all there, but they're
Listen.
not all removed either.
If you want to get a ghost, if you want to get a spooky, if you want to
Here
be,
you
That's
go.
how you do it.
that's how you do it.
That's
This is how you do it.
Obviously, that's the
Isn't that what they
easiest way.
say? How do they say it on Free Ridge? Or is it get a ghost?
Yeah, get a ghost.
I don't want to get a ghost.
That's
how you get a
You're
ghost.
gonna get a
You're
ghost.
gonna get a ghost.
That's how you get a
Why'd you
ghost.
give that ghost $350, woman?
The unsettling past of how the lake was formed has led to even more unsettling legends surrounding Lake Lanier. Today, the lake is said to be cursed and haunted, and while the stories of restless, angry spirits may be an easy claim to brush off for those of you who don't believe in that sort of thing, it doesn't explain how this body of water has claimed over 700 that's right, lives since its creation over 6 short decades ago. The fact that Lake Lanier is one of the most deadliest bodies of water in the United States, and with such a checkered past, it's not hard to see how it's easily linked to paranormal.
That's like a lot.
That's insane.
Because that's like 1954, so that's 70 years ago. So 700, that's 100 people a year. I mean, average.
And there's 365 days a year, so that's like one every 5 days.
Yeah.
6-7 days.
So that's like...
That's a lot.
That's a lot
Don't
of
go to the
people.
fucking Lake Lanier.
Yeah,
Come
don't
on.
go there.
Don't go down that road.
Don't go down that road.
You're not going to want to go down that road.
A deeper dive into the dark history of the land takes us back to 1912, decades before the land was formed. At the turn of the century, Oscarville, Georgia was a thriving agricultural town. Oscarville was home to a large black community. They were former slaves that had been freed from slavery after they'd fought in the American Civil War. Many of those residents had achieved higher economic growth than other black communities of the time. Oscarville was home to prosperous black farmers who owned their land. They owned it.
Good for them.
Good. Yeah, I
Yes.
was going to say.
And then many more who also rented land. But racial tensions in the area remained high, and that made conditions for a tragedy favorable. On September 5th, 1912, 22-year-old white woman Ellen Grice alleged that she woke up in her bed to find a black man standing beside her.
She's a fucking
Every
liar.
goddamn story like this starts out this way.
She's a fucking liar.
5 black men were arrested for the crime.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, even though there was just one. 5 black men were arrested for the crime.
That was a conspiracy.
Conspiracy.
And a black preacher was severely injured when he made the claim that Ellen was known to be in a consensual relationship with one of the accused men. And upon being caught by her mother, she twisted the story and reported it as a crime.
The fuck?
Worse.
I fucking hate people.
For real.
Me too. Then, just a couple days later, on September 13th, so that last one happened on the 5th in Oscarville. On September 13th in 1912, a 19-year-old white woman, May Crow, was found unconscious in the woods just outside Oscarville. She had been attacked and, having been struck on the head with a rock, was sexually assaulted in the woods.
Ugh.
3 black teenagers that lived in the area were blamed and taken into custody, but before they could even be tried, a lynch mob of Oscarville residents brutally beat and eventually lynched young Rob Evans in the town square.
Just always is like this.
This is
Every.
intense, man.
Yeah.
Insane. The remaining boys, they were 16 years old, Ernest Knox and Oscar Daniel, were tried by an all-white jury and convicted of the murder and rape of May Crow. Both boys were eventually executed.
So there was like.
So racial tensions were high, obviously.
Yeah,
obviously.
But like the May Crow lady, she never like said.
She never was
exactly-
conscious after they found her. She never
Oh.
was conscious again. She died.
Oh, that's sad.
So she never got to say,
like
but they
who
just
it
all
was,
like
but
assumed,
they just assumed.
which
Yeah.
is bullshit.
yeah.
After this incident, groups of white locals calling themselves night riders began invading the black communities on horseback. This is like, so the KKK is established
Yeah.
at this time. It's
Yeah.
like a new thing. I think it was like 3 years old at this time, or it was very young.
These fucking names. Can everyone just chill the fuck out and go home and read a fucking book?
Yeah, everybody
Like,
needs to just chill out.
What is up with the names of all of these
Night
groups?
Riders.
Oh
So
my
the
God.
Night Riders began invading black communities on horseback, committing assaults, murders, and starting black homes on fire. Blacks were forced to leave their homes, and whites forced them to swim across the Chattahoochee River to get out of town.
I
I
hate
don't even
people.
know.
Same.
I hate them.
I was speechless when I saw that. I'm like,
The
what?
fuck?
They weren't allowed to just walk out of town. They
No.
made them swim across
They
the
tortured
river
them.
Well,
after they like killed half their families.
Yeah.
Right.
So, in all, about 1,100 black residents were displaced.
Jesus.
Today, most of the town of Oscarville sits at the bottom of Lake Lanier, virtually undisturbed all these years later, an eerie reminder of its brutally haunting past.
Right.
Yeah.
What were you trying to hide, government?
Exactly.
For
And
real.
also,
I fucking
like-
hate people so fucking much.
Same. And also with shit like this, like you can walk into a building and it's like places, buildings, parts where horrific events happen, they hold the memories, man. You can like walk in and
the
you can
energy
feel it.
is so intense
Yes.
from that. I mean, could you imagine the
Ugh.
emotion that
Like-
people were feeling? The
No,
hate
because-
on one side, the fear,
Fear
on the other.
the torture.
You just think of mommies with their babies trying to fucking
Ugh,
get
I
away.
can't.
Like,
Yeah.
that's the number one thing,
that you
know.
think about because it's just like
It's
ugh.
just, and then, you know, how many kids do you got? You got to get them all the way across the fucking Chattahoochee when they probably already killed your fucking husband.
Yeah, and how many of them drowned?
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
they couldn't make it.
Can't even. No.
Oh my god.
Well, another reason many believe Lake Lanier is haunted by angry spirits from the past has to do with ghosts much older than those from 1912.
Oh, God.
here
Let's
we
hear
go.
about it.
Some attribute the root causes to be related to the disrespect of flooded Native American burials.
There we
Jesus
go.
fucking
See?
Christ.
Yep. I knew that
Seriously.
shit was coming up.
Don't fuck with them.
But
Don't
also,
fuck with them.
there's also a direct link between the area where Lake Lanier was formed and the Trail of Tears.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, government.
Wow.
I'm not
I
very...
feel like I'm going to be assaulted by Trask because she's very mad.
She's not... I mean, she's not mad at you, but she's pissed, as
I
am I.
mean, I don't know. We're
It's
talking
just super...
racial shit.
Yeah.
Gets me fucking pumped. But then you're going to fucking talk about this shit.
Yeah.
It's over. They all have ghosts. They're all fucking dead. How stupid can you fucking get?
I hope a lot of the government
Don't fuck with them.
officials were hanging around that lake.
I really
I
fucking
just
do
want to say
too.
that.
I hope they all got
I
ghosts.
haven't come across any
Of course they want
stories
it.
of that, but
Because they're aware.
It's like, where's the fucking respect?
there ain't none.
Ugh.
So in 1830, Congress passed an act that forced Native Americans living in the Deep South to relocate during the winter months to reservations in Oklahoma. The journey was over 1,000 miles, and many left with only what they could carry and left everything else behind: their heritage, their land, and the only home they ever knew. The journey that followed claimed the lives of nearly 15,000
Jesus fucking Christ.
indigenous people, which is why one chief called it the Trail of Tears. Today, there have been reports of people seeing Native American apparitions around the shorelines of Lake Lanier.
Well, that
Dude,
wouldn't
it's so
fucking
fucked
surprise
up.
me.
It's fucking nuts.
Just, ugh.
So that's kind of the history. That's where we're coming
Yeah,
from.
that's what was there
So
before.
you can get an idea.
No press.
No pressure at all.
Yeah, right?
But don't worry. There's more.
Oh,
There's
God.
always more.
There's always more. They do this on purpose.
Yeah.
No, not on purpose.
None
Janet
of
and
this.
Kaylee do this on purpose.
But no haunted lake would be complete without a legend, and Lake Lanier is home to one of the most eerie urban legends around: the Lady of Lake Lanier.
Fuck that lady. I'm sorry. I'm
Too
still
creepy.
mad. She's probably white. Is she
She
white?
is white, but
Fucking
she's
bitch.
not. There's no indication of racism
Oh, okay.
Okay.
or hate on her part. Although she does do something that I'm like, yep. Anyway, you'll know
I
what I mean
agree.
when you hear
Carry
it.
on.
On April 16th, 1958, Susie Roberts and Delia Young were on their way home from a party. The two girls had stopped at a gas station to gas up, and instead of paying, they sped away in their 1954 Ford sedan.
Dumb bitches.
I mean, I feel them.
That's what I was like.
Times-
Oh, well.
Times is
Yeah.
hard.
No, I'm just kidding.
I get it. No.
I've never done that.
Me either.
I never have.
But,
Me either.
you know.
But if the shoe fits, I mean...
But if it's 1958 and there's no one around,
There's no cameras.
damn, if Susie and... if
Just
they
take
were...
your license plate off. And
it was a
For
different
real.
time,
It
okay?
was a different time.
different time. As they sped across the Jerry Jackson Bridge, they lost control of the car and plummeted into the dark waters
Oh.
below.
well,
and all-
karma.
Although there was a search of the area, there was no evidence to suggest the girls had crashed into the lake, and their case was filed under missing persons.
Okay.
There was no wreckage or marks on the road or
Oh.
anything. So the cops looked everywhere. They questioned people along the
Mhm.
route that they would have drove, but nobody had seen them except for the gas station claimed that they saw them drive off.
It's kind of strange that there's no track marks. Like, because if you think
That's
about...
what I thought.
Yeah.
Well, who said that they lost control? Is that just
It
the
was
story?
assumed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know that.
Because, like, the only way
I'm
they...
just wondering what evidence we have to support
Well,
this.
I have
Yeah.
some evidence.
Oh, okay.
You'll hear.
Okay.
Okay. So 18 months later, after they plummet into the water, a local fisherman would come across a decomposing body of a woman beneath the bridge. The extremely bloated body in a blue dress that was missing 2 toes on the left foot and both hands was in severe stage of decomposition, making it nearly impossible to determine identification. Now, this is 1958. We don't have the kind
The
of tools
kind
that we
of
have today. There's no
science,
DNA. There's no hands, so we
Yeah.
can't fingerprint.
No fingerprints.
I don't know if they're taking toe prints, but
Well, at the
They
I don't know if
could.
that's
with
a thing.
how no, because with
Probably
how
not them, though.
with how bloated they are, their fingerprints are probably not intact
usable,
anymore. Yeah.
But the nearby townsfolk of Dawsonville, Georgia, were already convinced they knew just who the young woman was. They were convinced that this was the body of Delia Young. Witnesses claimed to have seen the apparition of a young, handless woman wearing a blue dress wandering on Route 53, seemingly searching for something. But it wasn't until November 1990 that the case of 2 missing women would find. That was 1990.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Do your fucking jobs.
Listen, it was different then though. DNA evidence and like all of the like forensic shit that we have now is very new. I mean, and it changes every day. So, I mean,
But still, this part where witnesses see a handless woman wandering,
Yeah.
like, The fuck?
Well, you remember about where we're at. Well, what are we talking about, Kaylee?
Talking about ghostesses.
Well, yeah, I know, but like...
With the mostesses.
Was that...
yeah, with the mostesses.
Come on, Kaylee. Get in the fucking game.
I don't know. I'm just built different. I probably would have been like, hey, are you okay?
It's time for a tea break.
Yeah, I need to... And
There were some...
like, I think my confusion is, like, why was it... This is why witnesses annoy me, because a lot of the times when people are, like, witnesses to some things, it's like, why the fuck didn't you step in or do anything? But, like, obviously I understand people are going to handle situations differently. That's valid. But I just... I don't understand it.
It's easy to be like, why the fuck didn't you when it wasn't you?
Yeah,
because,
exactly.
Like, if I get, like, 1 ounce of a creep factor feeling, I'm not doing a fucking thing.
No, but, like, I also... It's just something that's strange.
If it's a child, I will always
Yeah.
do so. I'm
And
always
it's like...
where's
well,
your mom?
Right.
We've seen this pattern in all of our episodes so far, where we have witnesses, like the lady from the Skid Row who was getting beat up on her front lawn.
Yep.
I would have walked up there and been
Skidmore.
like, bitch!
She keeps calling it Skid Row, but it's
I know.
Oh, yeah,
Skidmore.
Skidmore.
Yeah.
Skid Row is
Skid Row is
a
Hollywood.
completely
in
different.
Not a great
California.
place. Maybe an episode on that. No, just kidding.
Yeah, we should do
That episode, that would be fucked up. But, yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, just witnesses, sometimes I'm like, ugh.
well,
it's
and
annoying.
we're in the South, too. I mean, people generally mind their fucking business.
So in November 1990, the case of 2 missing young women would finally reach the end. After years of wear and tear on the Jerry Jackson Bridge, it was due for an expansion. As the construction workers were dredging the bottom of the lake, they made a tragic discovery. Half buried in the murky mud of the lake bottom, they uncovered the missing wreckage of the 1954 Ford sedan. And in the driver's seat was a complete set of human bones.
Oh.
Wow. Oh,
All these years later.
wow.
After 34 years, dental records finally confirmed the identity of both the skeleton found in the car and the unidentified body found years before. They were the missing young women, Susie Roberts and Delia Young, and although the mystery has been solved, that doesn't stop this haunting ghost story from captivating the local communities. Some say you can still find Delia wandering the back roads of State Route 53, slowly making her way back to the Jerry Jackson Bridge.
It's like so sad. Like, in that situation, if you knew the story and like it's an urban legend going on in your town, if you were like going out there just to like, you know, whatever, see.
And they do. So when I was doing research on this, the reason I found this was because there was a post by a kid from the school near there that said his football team, like,
went out there
they
to look.
require them to go out and stand
Yeah.
alone on the road or whatever.
A lot of people do that shit.
Hazing?
Yeah.
Wow.
Right? Like, if I were to go with that, you know, fucking shitting around with your friends, doing whatever, but you see that, I would be like, this is actually, like, really depressing right
Yeah,
now.
how sad. Would you be like, can I help you?
I probably would. I'd be like, what
And
can
then
we
she'd, like,
do
tear
to
your
let you
face
go?
off and eat your
Yeah, no.
hands.
I'm going the opposite direction.
I'm like,
no,
peace
thanks.
and love.
No.
Running
mm-mm.
away.
It's like that old story where we're from. They say if you go down this, or maybe it's here. I can't fucking. If you go down this road, this one certain road at this one certain time, then there's a girl in the white nightgown, and don't stop for her.
So, if you thought that was bad.
No.
Great. Let me hear it.
I got a
sister.
Mostly,
something.
like, I just felt sad. That's, like, sad to me.
This one's equally.
Ugh, I
Sort
hate
of
that
like
shit.
that. So the history of Lake Lanier is crammed full of stories of tragedy and death, but the deadliest day at the lake happened on Christmas Day in 1964.
Fucking, I don't want to hear it.
Christmas
I don't want to hear
Day.
it. This is going to be so depressing.
The lake was like, you know what?
Fuck you.
We haven't killed anyone in a week.
Yeah, for real.
Right. That's the year my parents were born.
Oh my god, it is.
It is.
Yeah. It's a long time ago.
It's really, like...
You old fuckers.
Sorry, Rens. Two close families, the Rogers and the Browns, were on their way to the market to buy apples for pies they were making. 11 people, including 4 adults and 7 children, all under the ages of 6, piled into Mr. Brown's station wagon. The car would spin out of control while crossing a bridge and crash into a light pole so violently the car ripped into 2 pieces and was sent splashing into the waters of Lake Lanier.
Oh.
While Mr. and Mrs. Rogers both survived the accident, 2 of their 3 children drowned in the lake, along with both Mr. and Mrs. Brown, and 3 of their 4 children. Some witnesses later claimed that Mr. Brown, the driver of the station wagon, had been drinking heavily before the accident and was intoxicated. Several people would jump into the lake, and divers were deployed in an effort to save the victims of the crash, but the rescue attempt was unsuccessful. The would-be rescuers and witnesses recalled mistaking the children's bodies for dolls in the dark, murky water.
Are you fucking stupid?
I don't know.
You got...
Or is
What?
it some kind of weird thing about Lake Lanier that
They don't want to fucking deal with it.
I'm thinking more like I'm thinking more like it's haunted and it's claiming its fucking victims, and
like,
it doesnn't want you to know what it is taking.
Okay.
creepy?
But,
and that's
like,
what a lot of people think.
No.
Ugh, I don't know. That just pisses me off, though, personally.
I'm
not
just saying,
buying it.
11 people in a station wagon to go get apple pie stuff. Like, where's the apple pie stuff gonna go?
This is 1964.
I mean, fair, but
They do that shit a lot, probably, back then.
Ugh, that story just pisses me off.
Nowadays, we're like, kids, stay at home.
that's what I'm like.
We're going.
Or you just go with your family and have, like, the other car ride behind you. Like, that's what a lot
Why?
of us
If you can
do.
all fit in one.
Right. I mean,
it's Christmas
it's
Day,
true.
too. Christmas is, you know how it feels.
It's so fun.
Everyone together. Yeah.
That's what makes that so depressing.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
oh my
all these
god.
poor babies. So, in the years since Lake Lanier was formed, the deaths have only increased.
course.
Between the years of 1994 and 2020, there were 203 reported deaths just between then,
Shut it down.
with the majority being boat or drowning accidents.
It wants what it wants.
It
Listen.
does.
God, so creepy. I'm not going there. We're not going there.
Oh, okay.
I'm not swimming on that one.
Oh, I was gonna say we're not
No.
going there. Like,
Well, we can
We're
go
not gonna
there,
talk
but
about
I'm not
it.
getting in the lake.
no, I'm
I
not
don't want
getting
to
in the
drive
water.
close to it. I don't want to go over that damn bridge I keep
No,
talking
I
about.
mean-
we
Well,
can,
that's
like,
true.
we can pull off to the side and we can get out, but I ain't fucking, nope.
But that's where she draws
That's
the line.
where we're gonna, and we're going in the day. I don't give a fuck.
There have been countless reports from both swimmers and divers who have visited Lake Lanier that claim to have felt what they describe as human body parts brushing against them as they swim in the water.
Who in their right fucking mind is like, let's go dive in Lake
or
Lanier?
maybe it's a fish. I mean,
No, okay, let me just say, I have a few fears of water, but another fear is, like, every time we go in the boat and I get in the lake and shit, I'm like, I swear to motherfucking God, if, like, a hand touches me right now, I'm gonna lose my fucking shit. I
I
always
was
have
gonna
that
be like,
fear.
Kaylee's like, I know the difference between a fish and a fucking
For real.
severed foot.
You would know. Like,
How would you know?
I feel like you would know.
A fish is so different. Like, okay,
I mean, maybe
think
not
about
think it's a severed foot, but you would
No.
think that's a little bit different than a fish.
Because, like, a
You know?
fish you can feel coming
Maybe.
up to you. You can feel the
No,
water.
you can't feel it coming up to you.
Yes, you can.
No,
No,
you
you
fucking
can't.
can't.
When you're, like, sitting, no, like, when you're
Okay,
sitting
but when
there,
you're sitting, but when you're actively swimming
if
in
you're
a fucking
swimming,
lake.
that's different. But
No.
also, like, you can feel a fish, like, swimming away. Like, you can feel a fucking
I can't.
something moving. That's what
yeah,
I'm saying.
Yeah, get those eyes on Janet, because I don't know what the fuck she's talking about.
I
either.
have been in the lake at the fucking big creek, and I have felt little
at
fucking
the
things.
big creek.
Oh, wait.
Big creek.
But I've been at the lake, and I have, like, there's always, like, fucking minnows and shit swimming around, and it's always like, ah, when you feel it, but, like, it goes away quick. If you're swimming with body parts, that shit ain't gonna be swimming away. It's gonna be lingering.
I mean, maybe.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's different. You would know.
Well,
I mean, you would expect them to float also, but
Like, one time this fucking stick touched me, and I was like, that ain't right.
she is traumatized.
I can't. You guys, I am, like, petrified of this shit.
So am I.
I would, like,
You
piss
want to
my
hear
pants.
something even creepier?
No.
Some
I do.
people also report the intense feeling of being grabbed and forcibly pulled underwater by unseen entities.
Kaylee's gonna lose her shit.
I can't go into water ever again.
We're
guys.
never going to any lake ever
I am
again.
freaking out.
We're going to get
you
Kaylee a little
know?
blow-up pool for the yard.
For real. Like,
Just put a beer in its hand and
that's
put it in the
fine.
pool.
That's all I need. Like, I used to have this fear. I know I'm fucked up. Because even in swimming pools, I'd be like, going underwater, and I'm like, fucking shark's coming after me right now, and I'd like swim to the shore. Like, I have so much anxiety.
You need to chill, bro.
need to chill out.
Okay, no, literally, if anyone has had these psychotic anxiety fears, please let me know. I cannot be the only person.
You are.
I probably am.
No,
But,
you're
like,
It's just you.
Oh, God, I can't. I don't, fucking water freaks me out.
Fucking water.
Mm-hmm.
Drowning deaths at Lake Lanier are extremely high. More than 3 times as many people have drowned at Lake Lanier than have drowned in all of Georgia's coastal waters.
That's not funny. I'm laughing because I'm
It's-
uncomfortable.
The
Same.
numbers are Like,
That is
crazy.
astronomical.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
I'm
my
like,
God.
what's the reason? Like, I don't know.
They got ghosts.
Why are
They
they
got ghosts.
still allowing people to swim in it? That's my thing.
Because the government.
Because they're making butt ass. Because they're making
Make
a
a butt ass.
boatload of money. I'm telling you, Lake Lanier is like
Yeah.
a huge recreational. It's a draw.
So
So
say it's like
Ooh.
fucking one of our big lakes, like,
Yeah.
you know, like Okoboji.
Okay, but
Yeah,
like all
exactly
those
like
fucking
that.
people out here trying to be brave, quit fucking going to Lake Lanier. Like at this point, it's starting to become your problem because if you're aware of this shit, why are you going? And
Haley doesn't
want
to know about it. Okay.
No.
she doesn't want to know. A common theme to many of these drownings seem to follow the same script. Countless people are said to simply jump into the lake and disappear into the water and never resurface again. It's just that simple.
It was like, this looks like a tasty one.
It's like,
Let's
yeah, they
pull
just
this
never
one in.
come
How
up
do you do
again.
it? It's like that felt good. That tastes, it's like eating you.
Is she okay?
You mean like when you jump in the lake's
Yeah.
like...
That's what I mean, right? Like it's like thanks for that. That's what I'm thinking. Thanks. Thank you. Oh god.
You need to stop.
Okay. Oh my god, dude.
I
what?
can't. I did not know this was gonna get me this hype, but I am scared.
Haley is freaking out.
So, tragic boating accidents have also been known to claim lives on Lake Lanier. In 2012, an 11-year-old,
No.
I know, named
my God.
Kyle Glover was killed when he was struck by a speeding jet ski driven by his uncle, Jeffrey Simon Hubbard.
What a
Fuck
fucking
that
loser.
fucking guy.
And also, I feel bad because he probably did not intentionally do that.
Well, no. I mean, it's never intentional, but,
No,
you know.
but like think smarter. Like probably
Yeah,
don't
When
be
you're
a little
having
more
a
careful.
fun day on the lake, you gotta...
You just gotta chill
Be
a little.
careful.
Exactly.
Glover was being pulled behind a boat with his friends in an inner tube when the collision occurred. Kyle was the son of fashion stylist Tamika Raymond, who is the ex-wife of singer Usher.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah,
What?
Wow.
I know, it's kind of weird. In the years since Kyle's death, his mother has called for the draining of Lake Lanier, stating it's not only necessary, but also an opportunity to honor the memory of those who have lost their lives and prevent further tragedies.
Right? I agree with it.
And give the ghosts back their town.
Exactly.
Yeah, give them their town back.
Yeah.
And they'll fucking leave us all alone.
For real.
Stop
Could
killing
you
people.
imagine if they drain that shit?
Ew.
All of the fucking skeletons and shit?
I don't know. I mean, they recover people.
Mom, we
Some
just were
people-
talking about this. The fucking lake goes, okay?
Well,
now
they-
imagine.
There are some that disappear. We'll talk about disappearances, but...
But like, imagine it. I can't.
Ew.
I can't.
Imagine it.
Imagine it.
I'm not going to.
Imagination.
Imagination. Okay.
Imagination. Sorry.
In June 2012, 2 boys were killed and many were injured when a fishing boat smashed into their pontoon.
Oh my, that is
One of the
awful.
bodies of 9-year-old Jake Prince was located right away, but it would be 9 more days of intensive searching before they located the second body of 13-year-old Griffin Prince. The driver of the boat was convicted of boating while drunk, reckless conduct, and failure to offer help after an accident.
What a fucking dick.
Wow.
Kill him. That's how I feel.
Hasn't there been enough death, Kaylee?
If you're gonna be out here just taking fucking lives, bitch, then get ready for your own life.
For real. Most recently, in the summer of 2023, a 10-year-old girl would break her leg after 2 boats collided into each other. She did survive the crash and fully
Good.
recovered, so that was a little less sad thing.
What the fuck is everyone doing on Lake Lanier?
So, boating accidents aren't the only thing causing concern on Lake Lanier. Boat fires are also more common than you might think,
Wait a
and they've caused severe injuries.
Oh my
Yes.
goddess. I can't keep doing this
Oh my
shit.
goddess.
I really can't. Like, what the fuck?
On Mother's Day, May 2021, a boat explosion led to 2 teenagers receiving serious burns. The Coleman family was out on a boat at the refueling dock when their boat exploded as they tried to start the engine. All 6 people on the boat suffered injuries. Lucky no one died, but 2 of the teenagers, 16-year-old Taylor and 13-year-old Gunner, suffered from injuries so severe that they had to be airlifted to the hospital.
I'm sorry, it's not funny.
I
but
know, but it's
It's
crazy.
just like, what the fuck?
Why would you ever go there?
It's a
Right.
freak. I don't know. It's like a freak
Stop
accident,
doing
maybe.
it.
I don't
If-
know if it happened like this one time, but there's also other.
I'm sorry, think about you two. If I was like, hey Aunt Tracy, hey Mom, I'm about to go to Lake Lanier. You'd be like, motherfucker, you got the wrong idea, bitch. You guys would have been freaking out on my ass.
Oh my God.
Like, where are your parents?
Where are your
That's
parents?
what I want to know.
My parents are like, you grown, do what you want.
They are.
Go to Lake Lanier.
My mom's probably like, please do.
Please go to Lake Lanier.
Jeremy would go,
Go swimming.
oh, I don't know, but maybe it would be fun. That's exactly what she would fucking say.
Maybe we can have a drinky poo while
Yeah.
we're there.
I'll bring some watermelon.
And Jell-O.
And cello.
Oh my
The
God.
nastiest flavor, orange.
Ew. Taylor was in the hospital for a month as a result of the explosion. Just 2 months later, in July 2021, another boat fire resulted in 2 more people being taken to the hospital. Between 2021 and 2023, there have been at least 4 major boat fires on Lake Lanier.
Just a random fucking, like,
A boat fire.
like a boat fire.
Like a whole boat on fire in
Like,
the middle of the fucking lake.
Does that, I mean, is that like a normal thing?
Also, it's
Oh my
kind of
God.
funny that you're like surrounded by water and you're
you're
burning.
right.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my God,
Jump in the
though.
water.
Yeah.
Duh.
Jump in the water.
Yeah.
her face was the best
Like,
part
that's all
of
I
it.
could think
I
about.
got an idea.
Yeah. I was proud. No, but like, oh my
Oh,
God, it's like the
God.
souls from the depths of hell are like lighting these fucking boats on fire. Like, oh
It's
my
crazy,
God.
dude. It's crazy. So there are also some instances of unexplained deaths at the lake. Could you even imagine?
Yeah, right? This
I
is
mean,
so shocking.
What?
I'm so surprised.
I want to know.
In January of 2015, Kelly Nash disappeared from his home. It's a boy. It's a guy.
Oh, so we talked about this last time.
We
about
did.
the
Kelly was
names.
the name.
See?
And
Interesting.
See?
kind of weird.
See? It ain't weird.
He disappeared from his home near Lake Lanier. Nash had not been feeling well, and his girlfriend reported that he had been in bed coughing throughout the night. But when she woke the next morning, Nash was nowhere to be found. He was gone, but he had left behind his vehicle, cell phone, and wallet. 1 month later, in February, Nash's body was discovered in Lake Lanier by a local fisherman. 2 months later, it was disclosed that Nash's body was found with a gunshot wound to the head, even though his official cause of death was determined to be drowning.
Oh, of course
so he had
it
water
was.
in his lungs.
Well, that's fishy.
It is. I don't know what to make of
Yeah.
it.
Well, he was obviously abducted in some way, shape, or form because who leaves their, what year was this? 2015?
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
leaves their cell phone at home
Right.
in 2015?
And there were no reports of him being suicidal.
Right.
Because that was one of the
Yeah, no.
things they
Well,
looked into.
The ghost abducted him.
The ghost took him
Right?
They said,
He
it's
had-
your
Or-
turn to be eaten by the lake.
to be aided.
Somebody was like,
to be.
everybody's just dying at this lake. I can get away with murder.
Could be a
That's
thing.
what I'm thinking, too.
And that might have something to do with the next thing we're going to talk about.
Oh, well, fucking of course.
Another strange case involves a young high school student named Hannah Truelove. On August 24th, 2012, Hannah was found murdered behind Lake Lanier Club apartments where she lived with her mother. Her body was discovered in a heavily wooded area between the apartment complex and the lake, and she had been stabbed multiple times.
Oh.
Truelove's body was submerged in fast-moving water in a drainage ravine, washing away much of the evidence of the crime and making it difficult to pinpoint a suspect. Truelove's case is still unsolved to this day.
Fancy. It was the ghost.
Now there's going to be a fucking Lake Lanier killer.
Well, and just to
Oh,
show...
God.
No.
Okay, just making sure.
And just to show how often the news keeps flowing in from Lake Lanier, as I was writing this episode, you guys, this has never happened. We don't have very many episodes, but this hasn't happened ever.
Right.
On September 1st, so today is the 7th when
Yeah.
we're recording this, on the 1st, another grim discovery emerged. The body of 34-year-old Kenneth Holland was found in a deep ravine 2 weeks after his family reported him missing. This is a brand new investigation, so police haven't released a lot of details at this time, but they have said that he was in an altered state of mind when he vanished. They have said Holland made a phone call at 1 a.m. in distress on August 18th, and no one had heard from him since. The investigation is ongoing.
Oh,
What the fuck?
And that's just the other fucking
that's
day.
Wow.
literally...
Yeah.
What the
oh
fuck?
my God.
This place, yeah.
Shut
I
it down.
agree.
Like,
Shut
what
it
is
down.
going on there?
Burn
Drain
it.
that shit.
Burn it.
Set it on fire.
There's no question that there's something going on at Lake Lanier. Is it a curse put on the land by the Native Americans who were forced to leave their homes in the 1800s?
Yes.
Could be. Or is it the long memories of the ghosts of former slaves who were murdered by the night riders during the Oscarville race wars shortly after that?
Also, yes.
Also, yes. I feel like it's both. And I also feel like with these obvious murders, somebody's taking advantage of it too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because obviously there's a curse going on, but people are fucking taking advantage of the fact that it's cursed, so they won't know what happened, right?
Right.
So, I don't fucking know, but whoever's fucking murdering people out here, girl, bye as fuck. This 40 got me fucked up. I ain't about that.
Every year, nearly 10 million people visit Lake Lanier for summer recreation.
Why?
Could it be that so many people are just plain irresponsible?
Could be.
That's
yeah.
a lot. It's triple the rate.
Have you
Triple
seen
the death rate
have
of
you
any
seen-
other lake in the United States of
Yeah.
America, aside from the Great Lakes, are pretty up there too.
Well, yeah.
Right, but they got
Actually,
their own.
specifically Lake Michigan.
They've got their own ghosts up there, though.
They do. They
So.
do.
We were on Lake Michigan.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know that till I was doing this.
You said that, and I was like,
Yep.
What'd you say? I was like so anxious
We
that
were like
day.
right in the fucking
Yeah.
middle of the damn thing.
And then
Nope.
they had me
Just
fucking...
on a real tiny tugboat, boating around.
I was out there
We were
catching
like-
all the damn wildlife about to fall in that damn water.
All
He
the
was
ghostesses was ready to grab you too
They
and
were
go.
growing.
I was gonna say, you was almost.
You know, I'm kind of like, yeah, this is like, oh my god. Have you seen the people out here just fucking... Some people that are driving themselves and shopping for groceries and shit, like, yeah, they'd probably take their family to Lake Lanier.
Well,
I just want to say
those
that.
people that are driving and getting groceries take their families to Lake
I
Lanier.
was
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of like,
They
I
probably
drive
do.
and take my
Kiwi's
family.
like, oh, yeah.
No, I'm
They
saying,
do.
like, you know what I'm talking about. Mouths open, eyes dazed,
Oh,
fucking
like-
walking around.
40 got
just-
Kaylee like,
I've got pissed. Like, you all know those kind of people, and you're just at work and you're like, not this fucking motherfucker again. They can't even say their fucking name. Like, there's just people out there that you're like, yeah. After hearing this, I'm like, they probably take their family there.
So what about all the reports of paranormal sightings in the area? So they've seen Native Americans, the
Mhm.
Right.
the Lady of
The
Lake
lady
Lanier.
of the lake. Like, when you were talking about the sightings.
I mean, the handless
That's
fucking
that lady, the
People
girl.
lady.
claim that hands have grabbed them and pulled them under the lake. And
Okay,
there's-
yeah.
Yeah.
There's
The
lots of-
brushing
I mean, it's
of body
definitely
parts.
a thing that's happening.
So many people are reporting it. It's not just like a couple. It's
Right.
quite a few.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know what's happening there, but and
Is there, I'm just sorry, is there not a fucking warning sign when you walk up in Lake Lanier? Like, hey, kind of a dangerous place. Be careful.
That's a good
Uh,
warning sign. I think it should say that.
I would fucking put that on. If
No.
I saw that shit, I'd be like,
Kind of a dangerous place.
Right.
right?
This is a fucking.
Is this a
It's a goddamn. No, you know
No,
what
this
they
is a
should
beef
have?
No,
for
because
damn.
the government doesn't want you to know about
I
these
have
things.
the greatest activity for us for
Oh,
this
God.
podcast.
Okay.
What?
We are about to go to fucking Lake Lanier.
No, we're not.
We're gonna fucking record that shit. I'll make a documentary. I got a voiceover and everything about our experiences. But we're gonna go to Lake Lanier. We're gonna bring a big ass fucking sign and we're gonna staple that shit. I mean, we're gonna hit that shit in the ground and it's gonna say how many. We're gonna put exactly how many deaths have occurred there, and we're gonna put a big warning. Warning. Do not swim here. That's what I'm gonna put over there. I don't give a hell.
She's thinking. You know what popped into my head was at work where they're like, no workplace injuries since
Right. Right.
Whatever.
The rollover calendar.
Yeah, that thing is what I
That's
thought.
that's what I was thinking
If
of
we
too.
can help one person not jump in the water,
If
then
we
I
can
will feel
save
fine.
one life.
All we need is one life.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. So it could be the reputation of Lake Lanier that's haunting the minds of people.
But there's definitely something.
Because, like someone tells you, this place is really haunted,
Right.
you're like extra scared then.
But the
if they
majority
didn't
of
say that
people-
before, you were like, this is kind of scary, but not that scary.
Right.
Yeah,
But I bet
right.
you the majority of people that are going there don't even know the history
That's what
of
I mean.
what's happening.
Well, we're not, from Georgia, but I had no idea about this. That's what I mean. Like, it's not.
They have haunted paranormal ghost walks that you can go
Yeah.
on around the lake.
Oh yeah, for
With-
sure.
A
We should
tour
do
guide
that.
where they say somebody was murdered here and this is the story of it. And,
Yeah.
I would do that, but I am not getting in the fucking water.
so people know it's haunted.
yeah.
And they know this shit's going on, but I just don't know. Like I said, Kenneth Holland, that was September 1st.
That's what I mean.
This shit is happening like regular on the fucking regular.
Is it like, okay, so like if you were to go to Lake Lanier, is it like advertised to take a swim?
It's
Is
like,
it like.
like Trash said, it's set up like a fucking resort.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you look up pictures of it, it's got like big beach
'Cause
umbrellas
they want them- yeah,
and
they want
lots
the
of
They're
money.
like, come swim.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they want the money that is, it's all about the economy. I mean, it's
what
probably
I said.
fueling their economy
That's what I
in
told
the summer.
Mom. I was like, the government's like, we got to...
Well, I guess it's down south, so it's probably year round, actually.
yeah.
It's probably not just in the summer.
I told Mom that. I was like, the government's like, our population's getting out of hand. Keep it open. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of shit that's going on.
So deaths at Lake Lanier are nearly triple what they are at any other lake in its size in America. We may never know what's really going on there, but one thing is for sure, if you decide to visit Lake Lanier, you should be careful. The angry spirits don't add you to the pile of victims it's already claimed.
How about just
Please
don't get
Please
in
don't.
the water
Don't go there.
and don't cross the bridge.
Don't do it.
Just
Use
don't
your
go.
brain. Maybe go on a little haunted
Also,
walk.
something that I didn't put into this that I forgot.
Yeah.
There are reports at a specific part in the lake that when you take a boat out, you hear church bells from a church at the
Underneath
the town
of the water.
under the water in the town of Oscarville, the town with all the racism and the night riders.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, they took the bells out of that church and put them in another church, so you can still hear them ring today in real life, you know, like on land.
Oh, but it's a different sound underwater.
But supposedly, when you're on a boat over Oscarville, you can hear the church bells going off.
Not supposedly. I believe that shit.
And there's lots of stories like that I didn't include for time's sake, but like
That's,
do
like,
some
really
research on your
weird.
own and see what. There's tons of shit, dude. Like a lot.
Don't go there.
Or
Just-
YouTube has so many cool
I should, yeah.
videos. I'm like, oh my god, I was getting it, rabbit holed doing that shit.
Rabbit
I was getting
holes.
rabbit holed.
Okay,
I hate
Mary,
it when that
whatever.
happens.
What's her fucking face? Mary
Mary
whatever.
Toft.
Mary Toft.
Mary Toft.
She's giving Mary Toft energy.
What a slit.
Mom. In my Mary Toft era. So disgusting.
And on that note, we want to thank you all for letting us creep you out here tonight at the Poison Tea Party. We had fun.
I mean, I did.
I had a blast.
I think
had
Kaylee
fun.
had the most
Kaylee
fun
got a little
tonight.
overwhelmed tonight.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with water, and I love 40s. Keep it riding.
That's a t-shirt. I don't fuck with water and I love 40s. Oh, God.
Let it ride.
If you like what you heard here tonight, don't forget to tell your friends so they can join in on the fun. You can also visit our website, thepoisonteaparty.com, and send us a message if there's something that you would like us to cover in a future episode. And guys, don't forget to submit those scary stories.
Yes.
We really want to hear them, and
We need it.
we do, and we want to read them on our Halloween episode that's coming up in October. The deadline for that is October 1st. Find us and like us on Facebook and Instagram, and join us on our Patreon.
Yes, bitch!
Where you can become a member and support your favorite podcast. That's us.
Duh.
And we would appreciate any love that you throw our way.
We love you
so
guys.
much. We love you guys.
And until next time, kitties,
Ooh.
you stay classy. You keep those pinkies up. You've been poisoned.
Bye. That was great.